Boeing's completion of the F-16 program, culminating in the delivery of the final converted F-16 aircraft, represents a landmark achievement in the evolution of U.S. Air Force training capabilities, operational readiness, and technological innovation. The program, which has spanned more than 15 years, involved the careful selection, modification, and deployment of 127 retired F-16 fighters that had previously served in active combat and Air National Guard units. Each of these aircraft has been transformed into a full-scale aerial target, or FSAT, designed to simulate the performance, maneuverability, and operational characteristics of potential adversary fighter aircraft. The significance of this program lies not only in the number of aircraft converted but also in the sophistication of the modifications, the realism of the training scenarios it enables, and the strategic advantage it provides to the United States in terms of air combat readiness. The origin of the F-16 program stems from a need to replace the aging F-4 fleet, which consisted of converted F-4 Phantom II aircraft that had faithfully served as full-scale aerial targets for decades. As the F-4s aged, the Air Force identified the necessity for a more modern platform that could provide higher performance, greater reliability, and a more realistic simulation of contemporary fighter threats. The F-16 Fighting Falcon, with its proven combat record, supersonic capability, high maneuverability, and abundance of surplus airframes, emerged as the optimal choice for this mission. By utilizing retired F-16s, the program leveraged existing assets to create a fleet of advanced, high-performance targets without the need for the development of entirely new airframes, ensuring cost-effectiveness while maintaining operational effectiveness. The process of converting a retired F-16 into a F-16 is intricate and highly technical, taking approximately 6 months per aircraft. The first step involves the removal of systems that are no longer required for the aircraft's new role, including radar, avionics, and the M61 Vulcan cannon. To maintain balance and aerodynamic stability following the removal of these components, ballast is installed in key areas, ensuring that the aircraft's flight characteristics closely mimic those of an operational fighter. Specialized systems are then integrated to enable remote operation, allowing the aircraft to be flown autonomously during training exercises while retaining the capability for manned operation when necessary. The ejection seat is preserved, ensuring pilot safety in situations where manual control is required, while flight termination systems are installed to allow for the safe destruction of the aircraft if it experiences loss of control or if it remains airborne after sustaining significant damage during live fire exercises. Additional modifications include the installation of scoring and monitoring systems that enable precise tracking of incoming missiles and the evaluation of engagement performance. These systems, such as the vector scoring system, provide detailed data on missile impacts, probability of kill, and the effectiveness of weapon systems, creating a feedback loop that allows both pilots and engineers to refine tactics, improve missile performance, and enhance overall combat readiness. Smoke-generating systems and visual augmentation equipment are also added, improving visibility during exercises and allowing observers to accurately track flight paths, simulate destruction, and analyze engagement outcomes. These features make the F-16 fleet uniquely capable of providing training that replicates real-world combat conditions more closely than any smaller drone or less sophisticated target system. Operationally, F-16s are assigned to the 82nd Aerial Target Squadron, which manages their deployment across multiple bases, including Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida and Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. Over the course of their operational life, these aircraft have been engaged by a wide variety of missiles, including AIM-9 Sidewinders, AIM-120M ROMs, FIM-92 Stingers, and the latest AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missiles. Some F-16s are destroyed during these exercises, providing realistic feedback on weapons effectiveness, while others are reused multiple times for non-destructive missions, maximizing their value and operational lifespan. The versatility of the F-16 program allows the Air Force to conduct a full spectrum of training scenarios, from basic tracking exercises to complex, high-end engagements simulating near-peer adversary capabilities. The last aircraft delivered, serial number 83-1079, represents the final chapter in a program that has consistently combined historical aircraft with cutting-edge technology. Originally delivered as an F-16A in the mid-1980s, and previously assigned to the North Dakota Air National Guard, this airframe carries markings that reflect its operational history while fully embracing its role as a modern training asset. The symbolic nature of this aircraft's final conversion underscores the continuity of U.S. Air Force operations, highlighting the ability to integrate legacy platforms into modern training regimens that maintain the highest standards of realism and technical sophistication. With production complete, the program now enters a sustainment phase, during which Boeing will provide ongoing support, maintenance, and system upgrades to ensure that the QF-16 fleet remains fully operational for the next 5 to 10 years. This phase is equally important, as it preserves the investment made in creating the fleet, ensures reliability and safety during repeated exercises, and allows the integration of incremental technological improvements. By maintaining the QF-16 fleet in peak condition, the Air Force guarantees that pilots, aircrew, and weapons operators continue to train against targets that accurately replicate the capabilities of potential adversaries, preserving the strategic advantage afforded by realistic, high-end aerial training. The broader implications of the QF-16 program extend beyond immediate training benefits. By providing full-scale, highly maneuverable, and technologically advanced targets, the program allows the Air Force to validate the performance of current missile systems, test air defense networks, and refine tactics against threats that closely approximate real combat conditions. This capability is particularly valuable in preparing for engagements against highly advanced adversaries, ensuring that U.S. forces maintain a level of preparedness that smaller drones, computer simulations, or less capable target systems cannot replicate. The QF-16 program thus represents both a practical and strategic investment in the long-term dominance of the U.S. Air Force, enabling forces to train, adapt, and excel in increasingly complex operational environments. As unmanned aerial systems and next-generation drone technologies continue to evolve, the QF-16 fleet remains a benchmark for high-performance training. Its ability to replicate the speed, agility, and operational behavior of frontline fighter aircraft ensures that the Air Force maintains a capability unmatched in realism and tactical value. The program demonstrates the effectiveness of combining retired manned fighters with advanced systems, creating reusable, versatile, and mission-ready training assets that maximize operational benefit while providing precise, data-driven insights into weapons effectiveness, engagement accuracy, and tactical decision-making. The delivery of the final QF-16 also symbolizes the United States' commitment to sustaining its technological and tactical edge in air combat. While the aircraft themselves are designed as targets, the program's ultimate impact is on the readiness, skill, and effectiveness of the men and women who operate the Air Force's combat systems. By exposing personnel to realistic, challenging, and dynamic scenarios, the QF-16 program ensures that U.S. forces are better prepared to respond to emerging threats, operate in complex environments, and maintain air superiority under a variety of conditions. This focus on high-end training aligns with broader strategic objectives, reinforcing the nation's ability to deter aggression, project power, and maintain global security. From start to finish, the QF-16 program reflects a deliberate, forward-looking approach to training and operational preparation. It combines the legacy of proven fighter airframes with modern technology, creating a fleet of targets that is at once realistic, capable, and reusable. The program ensures that training exercises can simulate high-intensity combat, allowing pilots and operators to practice maneuvers, test weapons, and evaluate strategies under conditions that mirror those they could face in real conflicts. Its completion marks not the end of capability but the beginning of a sustained period in which the U.S. Air Force can leverage the full potential of these advanced training assets to maintain readiness, improve performance, and strengthen its dominance in air combat operations. The strategic importance of the QF-16 cannot be overstated. In an era where aerial threats are increasingly sophisticated and adversaries are developing faster, more agile, and better armed aircraft, the ability to train against targets that realistically replicate these threats is essential. The program has ensured that pilots, weapons operators, and support personnel can continuously hone their skills, validate weapon systems, and refine tactics against challenging scenarios. The QF-16 fleet provides a tangible, high-performance training environment that bridges the gap between simulation and reality, offering an experience that prepares U.S. forces to respond effectively to modern combat challenges. The legacy of the QF-16 program is one of innovation, precision, and sustained operational excellence. By converting retired F-16s into advanced training platforms, the program has preserved the operational value of these aircraft while simultaneously enhancing the readiness and effectiveness of U.S. forces. The fleet's continued operation will support training, evaluation, and strategic preparedness for years to come, ensuring that the United States maintains its unmatched capabilities in aerial combat, weapons testing, and tactical development. The completion of the final QF-16 delivery is therefore both a milestone and a launching point, symbolizing the culmination of decades of effort and the continuation of a program that strengthens national security, technological superiority, and air combat readiness at the highest levels. The program also highlights the ability of the U.S. Air Force to adapt legacy systems for modern requirements, demonstrating foresight in integrating existing platforms into future training and operational strategies. By extending the service life of retired F-16s, in this innovative way, the Air Force maximizes resource efficiency while maintaining access to the most realistic and demanding training environments available. This approach ensures that personnel are not only well prepared for current threats but are also able to adapt to future advancements in adversary capabilities and weapon systems. The QF-16 program exemplifies the integration of proven fighter technology with cutting-edge systems to create training assets that are unmatched in their scope, realism, and operational impact. The delivery of the final aircraft signals the successful completion of a major production effort and the beginning of a sustained operational phase in which these aircraft will continue to serve as vital tools for ensuring the preparedness, effectiveness, and superiority of U.S. air combat forces. The QF-16 fleet is now fully operational, providing the Air Force with a long-term, high-value asset that strengthens readiness, enhances tactical development, and guarantees that U.S. personnel remain capable of meeting any aerial threat with skill, confidence, and technological advantage. The program as a whole demonstrates the strategic value of investing in realistic, high-performance training systems that maintain operational superiority, support advanced weapons testing, and provide personnel with the tools they need to succeed in complex combat environments. By combining retired fighter platforms with advanced remote operation, scoring, and safety systems, the QF-16 program ensures that the U.S. Air Force continues to lead in both training innovation and combat readiness, preserving a decisive advantage in aerial warfare while preparing for future developments in unmanned and high-performance aircraft technology.